John Shackleton, 14 of the 16th of March 1767, London, was a British painter and draftsman who produced history paintings and portraits. His parents and origins are unknown. Output: Shackleton painted several surviving portraits, for example of Henry Pelham, National Portrait Gallery; William Wyndham, 1717 to 1761, now at Felbrigg Hall, Norfolk; and of John Bristow, steward to the 1st Duke of Newcastle, now in the Reitlinger Museum of Fine Art, Maidenhead. From 1749 he was principal painter in ordinary to George II and George III. He continued to be paid for portraits of the King and Queen up even during 1765–6, when their official portraits were being done by Allan Ramsay. Several examples of his and his studio's output of royal portraits survive. One of George II, dated 1755, is in the Scottish National Portrait Gallery, Edinburgh. Another of George II in Room 2 of the British Museum, London, commissioned by the museum in 1759. The museum also holds engravings after his paintings, along with two more of George II in the Royal Collection and others in Fishmongers Hall, London, and Maidenhead Museum. Life: he was a member of the 1755 committee that drew up the first proposal for siting a Royal Academy in London. On 8 March 1758 he was elected to be a member of the Society for the Encouragement of Arts, Manufactures, and Commerce, then in its infancy. He exhibited at the Free Society of Artists from 1763 to 1766. Among the legatees of his will, dated 8 March 1767, were his dear friend Mrs. Sarah Rice, 2 marble heads said to be done by Bernini to my intimate friend Mr. Robt. D. Ossie of Wardour Street, Soho, and a half-length picture of a lady by Van Dyck and a small landscape by Gaspar Poussin to John Bristow Esq., keeper of His Majesty's Lions in the Tower. Marriage and issue. On 25 October 1742, as a parishioner of St. George's, Hanover Square, London, he married Mary Ann Regnier. Media related to John Shackleton at Wikimedia Commons. Shackleton, John. Oxford Dictionary of National Biography. Online ed. Oxford University Press. DOI 10.1093, ref. ODNB 25186. Subscription or UK Public Library membership required. The first edition of this text is available as an article on Wikisource. Shackleton, John. Dictionary of National Biography. London. Smith, Elder & Co. 1885–1900. Portraits by Shackleton at the National Portrait Gallery. London. Sources: J. R. Fawcett Thompson. The Elusive Mr. Shackleton. Light on the Principal Painter in Ordinary to King George II and George III. The Connoisseur. 165. 1967. 232–9. B. Stewart and M. Cotton. The Dictionary of Portrait Painters in Britain up to 1920. 1997. 417. Waterhouse. 18C Painters. 341. J. Kerslake. National Portrait Gallery. Early Georgian Portraits. 1. 1977. 91. 93. 101. 204. 208–9. O. Miller. The Tudor, Stuart and Early Georgian Pictures in the Collection of Her Majesty the Queen. 2 vols. 1963. Volume 1. 26. 150. Volume 2. Nos. 567–8. O. Miller. The Later Georgian Pictures in the Collection of Her Majesty the Queen. 1. 1969. XIIIN. 15. XLI. Horace Walpole. Anecdotes of Painting in England, with some account of the principal artists. Ed. James Dalloway. Rev. and ENL. EDN. 2. 1826. 711. Samuel Redgrave. Artists. John Challoner Smith. British Mezzotinto Portraits. 1. 1878. 317. 2. 1879. 677-8. Engraved Brit. Ports. 1.245. 2.298. 456. 3.437. B. Nicholson. The Treasures of the Foundling Hospital. With a catalogue raisonné based on a draft catalogue by John Kerslake. 1972. 32. 34. 50. 78. No. 74. Will. Pro. Prob 11 928. Fols. 48R 49R.